time. I've just been hectic this winter. I had a spare few minutes today, just before Christmas, to nip down and check out the car. So I will let you have a look at the car, have a little look round, see what's been going on, and then we shall come back and talk about what's going on next.
On the car, we've got. So this year we've obviously attached this splitter, this universal splitter, to the bottom of this bumper. We had to fill all this part in because this came in 3 sections, and as you can see now it's all attached to the bumper. Back bumper has been split in the middle, made wider, and we've had to cut this section off of the bumper and drop it down lower so this sits on the floor. It's not sat on the floor at the moment. We've taken the hydraulic suspension back off at the moment just to weld some bits up on it before it sits back in. I started the construction of the wide arches this side, which should look a little bit more like this. So we've got the arches coming out. We're going to have a vent in here. Side skirts have been brought out to sit further out to meet the arches either end, which obviously will meet the wider bumper at the front and the back. Again, all the suspensions currently dropped out. The suspension legs, we're welding them up. They were just sort of tack welded before. This month we've fabricated, well, I haven't. Loz has been basically moulding this spoiler here, which is off of a Fiesta, into the GSI spoiler. So it's all been blended in the sides here and along the top. We're going to make these a bit thicker because they look a bit anorexic from the side. I think it looks not too bad from the back. And from the front. This is one of 3 spoilers we've got for this car, so then it can be made interchangeable. So we just basically unbolt the GSI spoiler, put a different one on for different shows. But yeah, that's obviously looking a little bit better where it's all blended in now. It was just sat on there before. These little bits here, because these came down and it had some pieces sticking out at the sides, but instead of just tacking them back on there, we've decided to cut them off and blend it in so it all looks one, rather than just looking like a spoiler sat on top of the GSI spoiler. But yeah, these from the side, they just look a bit thin, so we're going to try and bulk them out to make them a bit bigger. Deleted these backlights, as we said before, smoothed this number plate recess out. He's moulded this back bumper in round the exhaust pipe. We're obviously going to have to get a column made in the section at the back here so that you can fit 2 pieces of mesh in, because I can't find mesh long enough to fill this whole gap. But if there's a column in the centre, it can be wrapped around the back of that column and hide the seam in the mesh. One of the next jobs is going to be finishing this spoiler off and then constructing the side skirt frame down here, this side, so it looks the same as the other, and then we can start skinning this out and filling it in to create the wide arches. Yeah, we've got boxes and boxes of sound deadening in there. We've been slowly adding that under the carpet and things. We've got a lot to do in the back. It's all the hydraulic actuators and valves there. Got the pump attached in down behind where the seat will sit, the passenger side. It's looking a bit sorry for itself in there, a bit dusty. We've got the control buttons now mounted in the dashboard for the hydraulics, for it going up and down. So they will, just push them, up you go, down you go. It won't be able to dance around as much as some will, because obviously if you suddenly raise the front without lifting the back's just going to hit the floor, so it will just have to be going up and down. But yeah, that's how it is looking so far this year. Got some good progress on it, really. We're going to have to weld up all these arches, because you can obviously still get up and see inside the car through there. Rebuild all those inner arches. This was me mucking about cut here, it was never going to be there. But yeah, I think it's starting to come together, and hopefully there's not been much progress shown, because obviously it's been things like been moulding this on, and once we start skinning this out, you're going to see a lot more progress and see the shape of the car come together more. But yeah, it's all looking pretty good. I'm quite pleased with the progress. I don't know what your thoughts are on it.
There you go, some progress on the car. Spoiler's looking good. We just need to bulk that out a bit, as we said. We've done quite a lot on the car this year. You know, it's been going quite well. We probably get 2 days a month on it, so it is a bit slow. But we're not a bottomless pit of money. We're trying to do it alongside having everything else we want in life, holidays and so on and so forth, looking after the family. But yeah, it's coming along nice. So next year we're looking at obviously starting to skim those arches out, as we said. We have got to finish putting the hydraulics system back on, and then yeah, after that I think we're going to be on to sorting the spoiler out, making sure those horns are bulked out a little bit more. I think then we're on to taking the engine out, get the engine bay sort of prepped, ready for paint, take some calipers off and some drums, maybe send them for powder coat. Still need to look at buying the rest of the hose kits that we need to buy for the engine bay to get rid of those red ones. We've got half of probably not even half of a grey kit yet. They're quite expensive, but we'll look at finishing off buying those, and then yeah, I think we are looking pretty good with what we've got going on after that, really. Hopefully it'll be paint time, but watch this space, really. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm sorry there's not been more updates, really, but obviously I've seen little things progressing, but I don't think they're going to be sort of that interesting for people to see. We have talked openly about maybe filming a few little bits here and there for people to be able to watch as progress is done on the spoiler, and maybe any framework that goes on to that wide arch kit. It depends if Loz has got time to film it, and he wants to be on camera ultimately. But yeah, it's something that we can definitely talk about more, and hopefully get some progress stuff on there so you can see what's going on. I know some people find it incredibly dull, some people enjoy watching it. We can always speed those sequences up so it's not obviously hours and hours of footage. But anyway, there we go. Have a great Christmas, have a fantastic New Year, and I will see you all soon with hopefully some changes to the car that are going to make it look a lot better than what it does. Take care, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.